Welcome to Unleash Your Joy podcast. I'm your host, Joy Reynolds, and it's my vision through this podcast and also the Meditation for the Soul courses and meditations to share my wisdom and meditations with millions of people to enrich and inspire them to live their best life. Enjoy. Hello, it's Joy here, and welcome to this episode. This episode is where I'm going to share with you some of my tips for maintaining a gratitude practice. There are many different ways to have a gratitude practice, and there are lots of tips out there, but I'll just share with you some of my tips today. So people who regularly practice gratitude by taking time to notice and reflect upon the things they're thankful for experience more positive emotions, feel more alive, and sleep better. They express more compassion and kindness and even have stronger immune systems. Gratitude is a way for people to appreciate what they have instead of always reaching for something new in the hopes it will make them happier, or thinking that they can't feel satisfied until every physical and material need is met. Gratitude helps people refocus on what they have instead of what they lack. And though it may feel contrived at first, this mental state, the mental state of gratitude grows stronger with the use and the practice. And gratitude doesn't need to be reserved only for momentous occasions. You might express gratitude after receiving a promotion at work or receiving an award for something that you've worked hard for. You can also be thankful for something as simple as a delicious piece of cake or even a new flower on a tree. So I'll just share with you some of my tips for maintaining a gratitude practice. And the first one is to start a gratitude journal and set time aside to write in it. Research by psychologist Robert Emmons, the author of Thanks, How the New Science of Gratitude Can Make You Happier, shows that simply keeping a gratitude journal, regularly writing brief reflections on moments for which we're thankful, can significantly increase well-being and life satisfaction. So writing down a few things that you're grateful for is one of the easiest and most popular exercises available. The purpose of this exercise is to reflect on the past day, few days or week, and remember 3 to 5 things you're especially grateful for. And in this way, you're focusing on all the good things that happen to you in a given set of time. And some people propose doing it every day, while others suggest once a week. The arguments against doing it every day are that it can be tedious and forced. It becomes a practice you feel you should do or need to do instead of something you want to do. It's important to cater your practice to what you need and what your requirements allow. Perhaps journaling every day for a short amount of time works for you, but over time it might feel better to journal once a week, so you could schedule in every Friday, for example, to journal. Paying attention to what you're grateful for becomes easier as you practice it. And what you can do is, prior to writing, before you begin writing, you can imagine your life without the things or people that matter to you. This should definitely boost your gratitude barometer. My second tip is to be specific about what you write in your journal. Gratitude journaling works because it slowly changes the way we perceive situations by adjusting what we focus on. So get specific by writing rather than writing something like, I'm grateful for my family. Be a bit more specific, like, today my husband gave me a shoulder rub when I knew I was really stressed, or my sister invited me over for dinner so I didn't have to cook after a long day. Just be sure to stretch yourself beyond the great stuff right in front of you. Robert Emmons suggests that focusing our gratitude on people for whom we're thankful rather than circumstances or material items will enhance the benefits we experience. And my next tip is to find new things every day to be grateful for. So notice new things that you're grateful for each day. Just become alert for fresh grateful moments. Opening your eyes to more of the world around you can deeply enhance your gratitude practice. Make a game out of noticing new things each day. Become conscious of saying thank you to people you encounter throughout your day. Even a thank you when someone points something out to you that you may have previously become defensive about, you can start your reply or response with, "Thank you for pointing that out," and just notice how it feels. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but I assure you, once you practice this, it becomes much more natural, and it will become just natural the way you answer and respond to things. And it can change the energy of conversations that you're having for the better. And my next tip is to mix up your gratitude practice. Don't limit yourself. So if journaling is feeling a little bit stale or it's not your thing, try out new and creative ways to track your grateful moments. You could, for example, create a gratitude jar, and anytime you experience a moment of gratitude, write it on a piece of paper and put it into the jar. This practice is great to start at the beginning of the year, but it can be started any time. And then on New Year's Eve, empty the jar and review everything you wrote. Another way to practice gratitude could be writing a gratitude letter to someone who had an impact on you, whom you haven't had the opportunity to properly thank. You can also share the day's grateful moments around the dinner table with family, housemates, friends. The conversations that follow may even give you more reasons to give thanks. And remember, this is your gratitude practice. Whatever works best for you will have the best benefits. This practice is not about ticking off your list of things to do. It's a practice from the heart, and it allows you to access the present moment. And being grateful makes it impossible to be sad, angry, or fearful. And myself personally, when I'm practicing gratitude, journaling gratitude, I like to put on some nice music, and that just puts me in that beautiful present moment, and it allows the words to flow onto the paper more easily for me. And my next tip for you is to get real about your gratitude practice. Recognize and plan for the obstacles that may get in your way. For instance, if you tend to be exhausted at night, just accept that it might not be the best time to focus on a few extra minutes for your gratitude practice, and schedule your gratitude practice maybe in the mornings instead. My final and favorite tip is meditation. Gratitude meditations are a double whammy for well-being. You're performing two of the most impactful happiness practices at the same time. And if you practice this kind of meditation consistently, be prepared to experience incredible upgrades in gratitude and joy. During a gratitude meditation, you can visualize all the things in your life that you're grateful for. And it's important to give each person or item the concentration it deserves. You can take the time to go through all the people you're grateful for and all the physical objects you're grateful for. And you can simply sometimes show gratitude for the things that are often taken for granted. The ability to breathe, the hands to touch, eyes to see, legs to walk and run. There are numerous advantages to meditating. These advantages magnify when you take the time to target your reasons for gratitude. And you will, on a previous podcast, I've talked a bit about the benefits of gratitude. You can go back and have a listen to that one if you missed it. And on the next episode, I will guide you into a gratitude meditation, so look out for that upcoming episode. We also do provide daily live meditations on our Meditation for the Soul Facebook group, so check that one out. We'd love to have you there. So what I'll do is I'll just run through, summarize those tips that I've shared with you today. The first tip for maintaining a gratitude practice is to start a gratitude journal and set some time aside to write in it. Tip number 2 is to be specific about what you write in your journal. Tip number 3 is to find new things every day to be grateful for. Tip number 4 is to mix up your gratitude practice. Tip number 5 is to get real about your gratitude practice and plan for any obstacles that may get in your way. And my favorite tip, number 6, is meditation, practicing a gratitude meditation. So thank you all for joining me today on this episode, and let me know how you go with your gratitude practice, and if I can be of any help in any way, please get in touch. See you on the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and share it with your friends and family. Check out the Facebook group Meditation for the Soul for daily live meditations